Do you have any accounts and collections, or are you being hassled by debt collectors? Today I'm going to walk you through a number of ways to resolve your negative marks from debt collectors on your credit report. This video is part 2 of a mini-series on improving your credit score. And these are the first videos in a larger series on home loan refinance and for first-time home buyers. Now this video is broken into a bunch of sections and I'll leave the time codes below. So get out your notepad and be on the lookout for 3 of Mike's hot tips. And as always, before we start, make sure you do all the YouTube things. Please like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. And with that, let's dive in. Okay, so let's go over some general rules. Number 1, negative mark stays on your credit report for about 7 years. Number 2, these negative marks impacts your score less over time. Number 3, each state has a statute of limitations of how long a collector can pursue debt. So make sure you check the requirements in your state, but it's around 5 years. Number 4, that timeline is based on the date of the last activity on your account, and phone calls don't count. Number 5, any payment activity resets the clock, even as small as $1. You can feel you are penalized for doing what you think is right. I mean, think about it. You decide to pay it down or completely off, you actually end up with a bigger hit to your credit score had you done nothing. And it will affect you for a longer period of time because you just reset your date of last activity on your account. On the flip side, the system actually rewards you for exercising consumer protection rights. You can quickly boost your score, you can completely remove your debt and the records from your entire credit report, and sometimes you could do this without paying a dime. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's get into your options. Okay, so your first option is to dispute invalid accounts. A few of the bigger categories of this are collections older than 7 years, accounts due to identity theft, and any accounts that were established while you were underage. Any collections older than 7 years should not be on your account. Whether that debt is valid or not, it's still the easiest to clear. And like me, you may have been a victim of identity theft, whether it's by swiping your card at gas stations or retailers, or by members of your own family. All of the above has happened to me. The third category consists of any accounts that were established while you were underage. This includes any subscriptions or any contract that you had signed before you turned 18. Check with your local state laws to find out what your limit is in your state. Now, the pros of disputing your invalid accounts is that you can clear them usually without paying a dime. They're a fairly easy and straightforward process with an extremely high success rate, and you could do it online with credit bureaus. The biggest con is that identity theft may be difficult to prove in some situations, so make sure you have all your evidence together. So how do you do this? First, you have to verify if the debt is invalid, and if it is, then you'd go online to the credit bureau's website and file a dispute. And there you'll include your statement, any relevant information, and your evidence. Option 2 is to pay it in full, either all in one lump sum or over time. This is the most common option, and usually it's the only option most people know about. The pros are that you'll have a 100% success rate. They'll take your money. This is the easiest and fastest way to resolve debt, as well as it being the moral and ethical clear choice. The cons are it's usually the most expensive option. You'll take a very large hit to your credit score, and it resets the clock on your account, meaning that you'll have to wait another 7 years for it to clear from your credit report. The process for this is to either call, write, or walk in person to your collector. You tell them you want to pay off the debt either in payments or in full, and then you make those payments. Mike's hot tip number 1. Okay, for my first hot tip, protect yourself. Collectors, let's say, can stretch the truth a bit. So it's critical that you get in writing how much you owe. Never be satisfied with a verbal amount because they may string you along with late charges and other fees. Now you have a little leverage here. You can ask if they will waive any fees. But whatever you do, do not give them access to any of your financial accounts because they can and have drafted more than they agreed to. And while they're in the wrong, it's almost impossible to get back. So my suggestion is to pay with cash, a cashier's check, money order, or the like. Mike's hot tip number 2. My second hot tip is to pay for deletion. This can remove your account entirely from your credit report, and any hit to your credit is immediately removed. This is complete, immediate, and permanent. So the process for this is to make sure you have your money ready. So you can call, or in many states you can go in person. Whatever you do, do not admit the debt is yours. Now you know how car insurance companies will tell you to never admit fault? This is a similar type situation. This gives the collector notice that they may not be able to collect on that debt if you go through with that bankruptcy. If this applies to you, you could bring up that bankruptcy is a real possibility. One of the things that you can say is that I don't know if this debt is mine, but I'd be willing to pay it off if it could be deleted from my credit report. And if you fail again, you could politely end the call or meeting and try again in a few days. Hopefully we get a new person and even a new supervisor on a different shift. But here's the critical part. If they agree to the deletion, you must demand that deletion letter before you pay. They may throw you a curveball and offer to give you a paid in full letter, but that won't delete it from your credit report. So again, pay with cash, money order, cashier's check, prepaid card, and those kinds of payments. So has your brain melted yet? I get it, it was a lot. In the next video, I'm going to break down how your credit score is calculated to allow you to prioritize what you need to do next. Okay, that's it for this episode. Don't forget to click below to obtain your free credit workbook and your budget templates. Remember to do all the YouTube things for more videos like this, and I'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching until the end. If you have found value in this video, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and comment down below with your feedback and questions. This will help me provide you with the quality answers you are looking for. Also, please share this video with anyone you know that you think could benefit. Pay it forward and let us all help each other out. Make me proud.